Welcome back to the channel, boys and girls. I've been wanting to do this topic for a long time, and it's a very common topic that used to be said like years ago. When the term world heavyweight champion sparked some kind of not contest, conversation about how can you call yourself the world heavyweight championship if those people only compete in your own ring, your own promotion. And my thing is right now with WWE, I'm happy they got rid of it, but at the same time, it's like, how can you promote yourself as being a world heavyweight champion if the titles only compete against other WWE wrestlers and not wrestlers from other promotions? And people can say, well, it's because of this reason, it's because of that reason. It's like, no, it's not because of that reason at all. It's just WWE has their ways, and they want people to follow it, which I find admirable. But at the same time, you cannot call yourself a world heavyweight champion if you cannot compete against other wrestlers, other promotions, or wrestlers on the independent scene. It's just, I think it's kind of funny. I think it's kind of weird that they'll do stuff like this. But at the same time, I'm happy it's over with. And I think the talent, they got great talent. You cannot deny that. But the issue is they trying to promote their talent as being the best in the world. Well, that's fine and good and all for like branding and stuff like that. But when it comes to in work rate, it's always, sorry about that, I have to get a drink in. Sorry, but other promotions are gonna be more top notch than the East wrestlers. Not because of star value, not because of the fame and anything. It's because of the work rate. You hardly see many wrestlers and other promotions getting hurt as much as WWE wrestlers, despite the fact some of them are working harder than WWE wrestlers. In the ring, training, on the road, touring. New Japan comes to mind happily because New Japan structure is a lot harder for the body than it is WWE's, but yet you don't see that many wrestlers in New Japan getting injured, and if they are, just a freak accident. WWE wrestlers, yes, they're some of the best in the world, but they're not the best. To be the best, you have to constantly go against other promotions' best wrestlers and prove that you're the best. Just saying, oh, I'm the best in the world, blah, 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 that's not going to cut it in this day and age, where so many promotions are working together with each other and trying to put on the best talent that they can, the best matches that they can. So if they want to be considered wrestlers the best in the world, they gotta go against some of the best in the world. Not just in USA, but in other promotions, in others, in other countries, other continents, stuff like that. But you're not gonna see that because that's how WWE is. They're not gonna want their wrestlers to look bad, which I understand, but at the same time, you cannot be the end all be all, and yet your company is locked into just wrestling people in your company, not the others. Now people can say, oh, that's not how this is supposed to go. Yeah, it is. The whole wrestling thing was built on the carnival circuit, built to be on the carnival circuit. It was built to be competitive against have all the companies work together. But when you close off your own wrestling, your promotion, and say, this is my ecosystem, nobody can compete against us. Well, people can say, well, yeah, that's true because the league has money. You know what? I'm not going by the money. I'm going by the talent, and I'm going by the in-ring ability and somewhat loosely on the ratings. The ratings, people say, don't mean anything. They do mean something. People can say, oh, the ratings, they're just fluff. They're just there so people can compete against each other and rating more. You know what? No, it's not. And here's why. If the ratings do not matter, then pretty much USA, Fox will be giving WWE these big old deals, because if the ratings didn't matter, those what used to be like 3.0, 4.0 ratings, they would be non-existent. Oh, you got those ratings? Okay, that's cool. But they don't mean nothing over here at this company. We just want you guys to fill up time on our TV show, on our TV network. The ratings matter, and they don't matter as much as they did in the past, because there's pretty much nobody at the same level as the WWE. But at the same time, they do matter, because they show you indication of how many people are tuning in and how many people are actually staying around to watch it. Sorry about that. I need a little tea break, because you can see on Wednesday nights yourself. You see WWE. You see what was it? AEW, both switching ratings against each other. Why? Because wrestling is not as high as it used to be, and I know that's a shock to mostly AEW, WWE fans, but it is true. I'm sad to tell you guys this, but it is true. Wrestling is not as high as it used to be, and people keep thinking, oh, the ratings mean this, ratings mean that. It's like, ratings don't mean nothing nowadays. You can put on the best matches, you can do the best things. I mean, ratings in the way of as it was in the 90s and stuff like that, because it was super hot. You had some of the best matches and stuff like that. But now everything's so bland, so stale, corporatized. You can't do certain things as you could back then now, and it's not high expectations. Just the expectation of wrestling is not as big as it used to be. You got other things occupying people's minds. You have the NBA doing much better. You have smaller promotions doing better, if not greater, wrestling matches and stuff like that. And those companies, ratings might matter, but it's not to the extent of WWE, because they got me a certain threshold I'm sure about, and get incentives for it. AEW, yeah, they're coming up behind WWE, but at the same time, they're not as big, as boisterous like they claim to be. But that's still something they need to work on, about trying to claim that they won the ratings war. Because if you look at it, in my demographic, I'm 31. People who was in my demographic was watching Monday Night Wars. Most of the times now, we don't watch that stuff anymore. We got other things going on. YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch. We got all these things that occupy ourselves to help us either build our own careers, our own jobs, or starting our other jobs, writing books, podcasts, stuff like that. We don't have time to watch WWE all the time, or have not disabilities, but disbelief for some of their content out there, because we grew up knowing some of the gimmicks, some of the stuff that the WWE was doing that won't not fly nowadays. But the rise of like partnerships with NWA, New Japan, AEW, Impact, Ring of Honor, CMLL, and AAA, all those companies working together, whether all together or maybe 3 or 4 working together, that has shown that they're a bigger force and more power to them than WWE right now. Because WWE, they can say, oh, we got the most money. Yeah, because you train your fans to be like that, and also because how long you've been on top. But at the same time look at other industries out there that's slowly dying out. what was it? Comic books, they're slowly dying out because of all the bullshit that's going through there. Newspaper, they're dying out because of how quickly people get news online sources and stuff like that. The news, they're slowly dying out, and they're using certain stunts and stuff to save themselves, but at the same time, they're dying. There's so many other examples out there that it make your head spin, but I'm not here to say, oh, these people don't deserve to work here or to work there. I'm just saying that right now, WWE, you cannot continue to say that, oh, you got the best company in the world. I'm going by like, what is it? Like in-ring work, not the money side, because the money side, people always claiming for that because they're a public traded company. Of course, they can have the most money. The other promotions, more likely, they're private. People own them outright, and they don't have any stakeholders. So of course they're not going to be as big as the WWE. And I feel once Biden and Andrew Yang finally take a look at the WWE, the days of calling himself the top dog and stuff will be over, because WWE doesn't pay people don't pay people enough for their health insurance. They don't pay people enough to deal with all that pain. Then they gotta get back on the road after surgery and be like, you know what, this is not for me. And people are getting hurt even more by doing it that way, about not staying off the road to recover, or sometimes they push themselves too much and then shit happens. But yeah, man, I'm done with this rambling, this video. I'm just going to put my 2 cents out there, because right now, the WWE really need to step up their game, because Raw has been in the gutter for like, what, a few months now, after they got the lowest rating ever, because of just how terrible the product is right now. And they can't say, oh, this is the best we can do. It's not. If you allow wrestlers to be themselves, if you allow wrestlers to showcase what they can do in the ring, you will make money. But doing it the way you're doing it, you're not going to make money that way. But I digress. If you like this video, like, share, subscribe, comment below what you think, what needs to change, what needs to be improved, and stuff like that. You can find me on Twitter at official_Dregs. Just enjoy your week. Stay safe. Take care. Have a happy Valentine's Day, and just enjoy life. This is BlastBoxx TV. Don't want to say it. Don't want to say it in this video, but you got to stay out of the blast radius. You might just get burned.